Hello, I'm Reverend Shereen Nimnick and welcome to Universal Thought. So this is the video series that I've been working on, the 25 core messages from Neale Donald Walsch from his book, What God Said. So before we get on to message number 7, let us take 3 holy breaths in. Beautiful day. Feels so good. Feels so good. All right, let us begin. So, core message number 7. Again, what God said, Neale Donald Walsch. 25 core messages, and we are on message number 7. In the spiritual sense, there are no victims and no villains in the world, although in the human sense it appears that there surely are. Yet because you are divine, everything that happens ultimately benefits you. Wow. I think we just talked about that in the other message in number 6, a little bit about no right and no wrong. In the spiritual sense, there are no victims and no villains in the world. Although in the human sense, so I would imagine that would be more of a physical sense, it appears there surely are. Yet because you are divine, we are divine, everything that happens ultimately benefits you. I can hear Reverend Paul Fitzsimmons right now saying, all is well, Shereen, all is well. I can hear him now. So, in the spiritual sense, there are no victims. I know we've had discussions about this when we've talked about this book with several people in this book group that I belong to, that we Zoom. And then I've thought about it, and I've read other things about it, about no right, no wrong, no victims. I don't remember if it was in book 1 or book 2, but Neale Donald Walsch, on Conversations with God, talks even about Hitler. So I encourage you to get that, because there's things that are said in there that make sense, because a lot of people say, well, he should have gone to hell. Well, there is no hell. And there's really, in our thought of heaven, like we always think that there's a place that we have to go, but it's not like that. That is, I think, our internal of how we feel of things. But that's a whole other subject other than this. I don't mean to digress from this. So in the spiritual sense, there are no victims or villains in the world. That we are divine. Everything that happens ultimately benefit you. So how many times in your life have you struggled with something? Gone through your life and you're struggling, whether it be physical, mentally, emotionally, didn't have the money to make a car payment, didn't have money to buy food, didn't have food, was hungry. But that experience that you went through, maybe not in that moment, you could say, oh, this is benefiting me, I'm starving. No. But later, you can look back at that moment, and that experience did benefit you later. So that I can understand. It ultimately benefits you. It ultimately, in benefit, that's such a broad word. You could also say that the knowledge that you learned from that experience ultimately did benefit you. It's a powerful thought, that core message. So I'm going to leave you to take that with you in your consciousness today. Think upon it and what that means to you in your life and what that means to others. If you have any comments, please leave them, and I will check them out. And if you want to broaden this, I would be more than happy to do that as well. I hope that you have the best day ever, and I'll see you next time.